Welcome back to English Veronica, and in this video lesson we're going to learn different animal and nature sounds. It is true that in different languages animals make different sounds. Well, the sounds are the same, but us human beings use different words to refer to those sounds. For example, in English when we talk about cats, we use the verb to purr. My cat starts purring when I pet her.
She lay there with her back to me, and she wouldn't purr.
Now, let's say if we talk about dogs, as you know, in English, dogs bark. And if your dog barks loudly, then your neighbors might start complaining.
I had rather hear my dog bark at a crow than a man swear he loves me.
This was very easy though. Let's move to something a little more advanced. What about monkeys? What sounds do monkeys make? Well, in English we use the verb to chatter, which is, by the way, very similar to the verb to chat that we use when we talk about people. For example, you could say, the monkeys chattered in the jungle. How about donkeys? In English, donkeys bray. Have you ever heard a donkey bray?
When a donkey brays, do you think he's always saying something important?
And how about horses? Do horses also bray? No, in English, horses actually neigh. So you could say, the horses neighed at the visitors.
Neigh, like a horse.
Actually, my father, he loves horses, and he has 6 horses in his farm, and whenever I call him and we are talking, I could hear his horses neigh. Now, moving on, let's move to some sea animal. What about dolphins? Well, dolphins, they make these clicking sounds. They communicate by making those clicking sounds, and I'm pretty sure that you've heard of them. The next animal is a frog. Frogs, they croak, and I think this is one of the most annoying animal sounds. I was born in a small town, and we used to have this tiny lake not far from our house, and in spring there were a lot of frogs, and they were croaking non-stop. That was really loud, and till today I don't like that sound.
Ever croak? Your friends are in trouble.
Let me know in the comments, by the way, what is the most annoying animal sound for you? The next animal is a bee. So bees, they buzz, and in the summertime the gardens are full of the sounds of bees buzzing. The same thing for mosquitoes, by the way. Now, what about mice? I'm pretty sure you should know this one. Mice squeak. If I heard a mouse squeaking under my bed, I would be absolutely terrified. And this is probably the second most annoying animal sound for me.
Because I have myself been so rash as to attempt to write some verse.
Did I hear a mouse squeak?
How about snakes? If you are a big fan of Harry Potter, you probably know that snakes, they hiss. So you could say, snakes hiss when they see an enemy. Now, the next animal is a lion. And lions, they roar. If you hear a lion roar in the distance, then please run. And the last animal for today, let's talk about ducks, by the way. I live by the Lake Ontario, and we have a lot of ducks here. And ducks, they quack. And they can quack pretty loudly. So you could say, ducks quacked loudly as they swam across the pond.
Duck, like quack, quack, duck?
If you are in a park or in a forest and it's a windy day, then you might hear trees rustle. That is right, we use the verb to rustle. The same thing for tree leaves. You could say, leaves rustle in the wind.
The lower half is the trunk, solid and grounded, while the upper half must be supple like leaves that rustle in the wind.
But for leaves, you could also use the verb to crunch. Let's say if it's autumn, you are in a park and there are a lot of leaves on the floor. When you're walking, you're going to hear this crunching sound. And the same thing for snow. We don't have a lot of snow in Toronto this year, but last year we had quite a bit in February, and the snow always crunches under your feet. And this is, I think, the most pleasant nature sound for me. How about thunder, by the way? When we talk about thunder, we use the word clap. So you could say there was a clap of thunder and then it started raining. Just make sure that you pronounce it correctly with the very good ah sound, clap.
The heavy sleep within my head was smashed by an enormous thunderclap, so that I started up as one whom force awakens.
And the last one is the verb to whistle. The wind whistles in, I don't know, through the tree branches.
Not even wind whistling, because there's nothing for the wind to whistle against.
So you've learned quite a few verbs today, and if this video was useful, make sure to hit this like button and make sure to subscribe not to miss any of our video lessons. Happy holidays, and I'm gonna see you in my next video.